You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. We coolin' out. You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. We coolin' out.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Coolin' Out. We are back.
It is Kev.
And it is Rel. This is a special Saturday, people. You don't even realize. Like, one, we giving you bonus content, bonus video content, all of the above. And then two, we lit. Like, we lit. Like, last time me and Kev had a drink on this. Cheers. Last time me and Kev had a drink on a podcast episode. So wait, let's take a step back. Roll it back. For most of you who don't know, this used to be a common occurrence on the pod. Like, when I say common, I mean every single episode. Dating back to 2016, we used to always get a bottle of Douce, chop it up with our boys, and drink, and then do a podcast episode and then go out right after it. Somewhere along the lines, somewhere along that time, we matured up. Say around 2017, mid-2017 maybe.
Yeah.
Kind of we stopped with that. Grew up a little bit. You know, life hits you.
Yeah.
But then there's Rona hit. Figure we take a couple of steps backwards. You know, become a little immature again.
Yeah.
Add some lick to the pot.
Yeah, this is going to go many ways, but go ahead.
Yeah. So, man, no, but also, and it also feels good because, you know, we just finished the 30-day detox maybe a week ago or so.
I get it now. I get why people are going crazy.
Word with all the shot challenges and all that. Yo, when you soap, so like, I'm normally not a shot. I'm normally not a challenge person, right? So when I saw people doing it, I'm like, all right, that's not my thing anyway, right? But when you sober, it's like, you become judgmental. Like,
yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I'm sitting back like, yo, look at these fucking alcoholics. Like,
on my horse.
So you need a drink on Wednesday? What's wrong with you people?
Yeah. And then you learn.
Yeah. As soon as that detox was over, I was like, damn.
I get it.
Yeah. It's been a rough. Like, what day is it? You don't even know what day it is anymore.
Yeah.
Whew. But what's up, man? How you been?
What's changed? I've been all right. Really started going out less now. Like, it won't be regular runs anymore. Since they started implementing and stressing how important the masks are, I just really stopped. I went out for groceries yesterday, but I don't think I'm gonna be going for leisurely walks and stuff like that. And I might pop a jog, but it'd be like weekly, if that.
Yeah.
Because just seeing the importance of it all, and you know how crucial these times are getting. So yeah, I got a yoga mat, so that's good. So I just started exercising in the crib. But
lessons.
Just finding new ways to keep myself, you know, active and keep the beer belly away.
Yeah, because y'all getting hit hard, man. Like, you know what's crazy? Like, so I knew, like, the amount of deaths and hospitalizations in New York. Like, I knew obviously it was, like, surpassing every other state by such a large, vast number. And then I found a New York Times article. This is Friday actually. So yesterday, where they actually detailed how many deaths there were state by state. In North Carolina, as of yesterday, we only had 83 total deaths in the entire state.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm like, damn. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, wow. And I'm like, damn. Like, New York is getting hit hard. You guys were like 700, 800 a day.
Yeah. Now we're the epicenter. They weren't joking.
Yeah. That's a vast difference.
Yeah.
Like, you got more people dying in a day than what we've had die over this entire time period.
That is crazy to put in that kind of perspective.
Actually, 8 times more people die a day than what we've had in the overall time.
Well, that's why I gotta do my part. I ain't on the front lines, but they said stay inside, you save a life. So
yeah,
chill now.
But even down here, like, I stay inside. I mean, I still go out for my jogs because it's not. Well, I'm not going to say it's not knock on wood, but just based on the number of deaths and, like, the data that's presented to us, it's not as bad here as it is in New York. Yeah. But I still, you know, go out, do my run, do my social distancing. But outside of that, I don't leave the house. I don't even, like, you know, like, maybe 2 weeks ago, I still was going to the office a little bit. I don't even do that anymore. And, like, that's just, like, right up the block. But I just try to, like, my best to just adjust and acclimate, stay in the crib as much as possible.
Yeah,
Whew.
yeah, I finally got there because I have a mask now. Shout out to my mom again. She made me a makeshift mask. So I tell you,
Blessings.
yeah, looking
I
out.
still ain't got one.
So but I can't jog in it, and it's just at that point, it's because everywhere I go, like I went out again. I told you yesterday for groceries.
Mm-hmm.
I think about midweek or earlier the week, they started stressing like a mask is pretty much a must now.
Mm-hmm.
Went out yesterday. I only went around the corner to my grocery store. I saw 6 people. Everyone had a mask. The grocery store, mask. And it just shames you into it, kind of.
Yeah.
So it's like, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
No, so it's like, I can't jog in this. I got my yoga mat. I have exercises that could, keep me going until. And I was messaging with a friend yesterday, video chatting, and he was walking to go pick up some wine, and somebody shouted on the street at him because he didn't have a mask. That made me feel even better.
Damn.
Yeah, it's really serious up here. You can't really go without seeing people in masks. So.
Yeah, I heard in LA, I think it's required for you to wear a mask to go into like essential stores. So like grocery stores and all that, they have the right to turn you away if you don't have a mask on.
No, it makes sense. I think here it's still just a strong recommendation.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't surprise me if it turns into being mandatory soon. So
when would it get to that point though? I feel like if for them to make that like a mandate, it'd probably be this upcoming week.
Yeah. No, I agree. If not by like tomorrow, Monday.
Yeah, I was surprised they closed schools for the rest of the academic year.
Does that include e-learning?
No, so they're still gonna have their e-learning, but they just closed like schools for the rest of the year. But the thing that surprised me most was not because they did it, but just because of like New York is on a different schedule than like most other states. Like for example, like down here, people go to school from August to May, whereas in New York, it's like from September to June to late June.
Yeah.
So for them to already have just like said nah and just cancel it out all of May and all of June, essentially, it's like, oh, okay. So you guys really don't see this clearing up.
I don't think they canceled June per se, but I think the logic was by the time you get back in school, what can you really achieve in like
1
in
month
my
or
mind,
so.
If that, like a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's like 2 or 3 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, and for the audience, like I've already mentally, I assumed, obviously we all know April, but I assume May as well. Mm-hmm. I assume like these restrictions will continue and this kind of lifestyle will continue until at least June. So then by then, yeah, you actually do have a month, but what can you really achieve when you have you're 2.5 months behind the curriculum at that point? So it's like, what can you?
Well, you're not necessarily behind the curriculum because they're still doing e-learning. So supposedly they're supposed to still be on track. It's just bringing them back to school so that this is a terrible wording, but so that the kids aren't necessarily a burden on the parents. The parents have to worry about who's going to watch the kids. The kids can go back to school, get their 2 meals a day, all that stuff, and just get back in the classroom setting. So it's just that was the part that was like, oh wow, they just completely just did away with that. So they must not think it's going to be in the best of the health of the kids.
Yeah, I agree. I guess they couldn't like concretely say that, yeah, we'll be back in school by this point. So
yeah,
by now, what's the point?
Then you got the governor of Florida tomorrow. He might be sending some kids back to school in the coming weeks.
What's his logic? Why?
You want to hear his real logic? I promise you not. He said, I don't want to get too deep into politics, but he said the data has shown that no one under the age of 25 has died from coronavirus.
So what, you want to bug the trend? What is he doing?
He's lying. People have obviously died under 25.
I know, but even his logic, like you want to
but he was just like, oh, he's like, well, I don't know why it's like that, but it's just, hey, I don't know. I was like, interested. So he's looking into sending kids back to school in Florida. That'd be quite interesting if that actually happens. It's going to be interesting to see like how all this stuff plays out in the sense of how it opens up. Because obviously certain states are going to open up before other states' economies are going to open up before, like, the epicenters, New York, California, and all that stuff. So we'll see. I think California just extended their shelter-in-place order
till mid-May,
till May 15th or something like that. Yeah. So California's been like ahead of everyone as far as like just pushing it out, pushing it out, because they were the first ones to extend it all the way to the end of April.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. It's hard to gauge because you're in Charlotte. I'm in New York, so obviously what works for you is not going to work for us. And just given the density of people here, I am very intrigued. Like what? It feels like you would almost have to keep people inside longer here, even when parts of the nation start to open up, just because of the amount of people.
Yeah, but then what's the stop? For example, say like Charlotte opens up, right? And Charlotte, especially in banking, right? A lot of people from New York come to Charlotte for business. So then what's to stop somebody from New York coming to Charlotte for business when Charlotte's open for business? Just like I don't know like how that's gonna work where certain parts of the country open up, and then how do you restrict domestic travel to people who are gonna want to come to those certain parts of the country? It's gonna be very interesting.
Well, if you keep restrictions on places like California and New York, even though it'll suck for the rest of the nation, you would have to like keep restrictions. I mean, people in and out, and like it wouldn't just be, you can't just keep restrictions just again because of the number of people. You can't just say people that live in these states have to adhere to this, but then people can just come in, or then you're negating what you're doing.
People are traveling now though. Like if you really wanted to get on a plane from New York, you could.
That's crazy.
Like you could. Like there's no one stopping you from getting on a plane from New York to go wherever the hell you want to go. Then except for like if you leave in the country, obviously. But if you want to get on a flight to Charlotte, you could.
Yeah, I don't know then. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So like I don't know like how they just really putting it on like the onus of I guess the American people to like know better and like not travel, I guess. But we'll wait. We'll hope and see. I'm keeping high hopes for Memorial Day weekend. I mean, we'll see how Easter acts this weekend. Because they said New York just hit you guys just hit your peak. So
yeah, yesterday.
Hopefully that just starts going down.
Hopefully, they said things were slowly trending, but then anything can always go in the opposite direction. So we just got to continue on this. So we'll see.
Especially if people start wilding out over Easter, people start going to church and having all these gatherings and stuff, and all these mass gatherings of people. So it'll just spike it right back up.
Which is definitely gonna happen. I just hope it's in smaller numbers than. Yeah. They're gonna take my summer away.
Who, the Christians?
Oh my God! Just do it virtually. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, bro. If the whole summer is just dead.
No, let's not talk like that.
Yeah,
that's not happening. That's not happening.
Well, it won't happen because people are gonna just eventually buck the system. Period.
Yeah, something's gonna happen.
Yeah. You're gonna have something held at gunpoint.
Yeah, something's gonna happen.
Yeah, there's no way. Let's see.
This next month's crucial. Like May, I'm already done. Like, hopefully, let's see how we're looking at the end of April and see if we can forecast optimism. But May, that's when we're gonna get NBA news.
Yeah,
we'll have concrete data now. We'll be by mid-May, 2 months in at that point. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm thinking May. Yeah, like as you said, mid-May, but like literally in my mind, like May 15th is when I'm gonna have like we should have a real outlook for what the hell is going on by May 15th.
Yeah. Hopefully by then some positive trends have formed, and hopefully.
Yeah, and you already got Trump talking about he wants to reopen the economy. Once these guidelines are lifted April 30th. So I'm like, we'll see how that works.
Well, good for him. Yeah, it's true. Because I'm through the prism of New York, obviously, but that might be, viable for other people in other parts of the nation. So we'll see. New York, no way.
Nah, hell no, not by the end of April.
No, he wilding.
Nah, but I don't think he's talking about New York. I think he's just talking about getting certain people. Yeah, he's getting certain people back to work. It's like there's no need for everyone, and these are his words, not mine. But there's no need for everyone to be at home if this isn't affecting every state in every city.
No, I'm with you. I agree. So hopefully.
Where shall we start?
I guess Rudy and no, since we're getting the NBA, it's been a month to the day now. The NBA was shut down exactly a month ago. What was it? The OKC.
Like it was yesterday.
Yep, we're recording, and as we're recording, I think we're both on Twitter following live news that for some strange, odd reason, the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Utah Jazz just delayed their game moments before tip-off.
Yep.
We had our suspicions, but who knew?
Yeah.
And then,
I didn't know it was going to turn to all of this.
Yep. Shortly thereafter, we learned that Rudy Gobert had tested positive for the coronavirus. And then, quite swiftly, Adam Silver said, all right, we got to shut this whole shit down.
Shut the whole damn thing.
The whole operation's done. Yep. It is crazy. I do remember it. And then, because you text me that, and then I remember reading your text, and then I got an alert that we laugh about this. And they're safe now, but we weren't laughing about their health. It's just the ridiculousness of it that Tom Hanks and his wife, Rita, as soon as I read your text, I got the alert. And that's why I texted you back. Because it was just like, wow.
Yep.
I just remember all that.
Anyone can get this shit.
We're coming off LeBron's dominant weekend.
Go ahead. I mean,
yeah.
He only beat the Bucks and the Clippers, showed out against both of them.
I think it's time now I revisit that. Dust off the old league pass now.
Yeah, I need that energy.
Yeah.
I need that recency because I feel like, the NBA's talking about they're going to, start discussions as to when they can ramp back up the season beginning in May. And then today I saw an alert where GMs of the NBA teams and their respective trainers, are pushing Adam Silver to whenever they do decide when they're going to start, that it be a month, that they give the players and the teams a month advance notice so that they can start training and get practice back into play, because they don't want to they want to avoid injuries and players just not, essentially playing 100%. So, I mean, I think if they start, if May, we'll see around May 15th what it's going to look like. I'm thinking late June we can get some NBA back. That would be ideal. That would be that's me being very optimistic, but it still would be great just because it's middle of the summer and you have basketball going until the end of the summer essentially. That would be so fire and leading right into football.
Yeah, I'm with you. I today finally after about a week I flared up a recent Skip and Shannon. I finally dove into some sports talk because I was doing errands and I wanted just something I didn't have to watch, I could just listen to. And they were talking about LeBron and Doc apparently did, I guess, dueling press conferences in LA recently. I guess this past week or whatnot. But they were just talking about, it made my mind think about how long it would take NBA players, to your point, to get back in shape. But I think the only public comments I've seen are LeBron's. I'm sure other players might have hypothesized how long they need, but I think Bron said a week or two of a training camp or a couple of days training camp and a week or two of a season. So then it made me think, to your point, how long it would take these players to really get ready and why I always was against, I guess, resuming the regular season just because of the amount of people you'd have to tend to. But I think we disagree when we had Gabe on. Ideally, I would like for June for it to start. But if not, I don't think, if you're really adamant, I don't think you should have the NFL as an impediment, given just the unusual nature of all of this, if you really want to have a season going.
Yeah.
So I hope, but to your point, I do hope that by mid-June. That way, there is no competing factor, and it does make me think about next season, though. Like, I hope they start doing the Christmas Day to August thing that we've been reading about.
Mm-hmm.
I do hope they switch soon. I do hope they do that, because let me see. If you play till what? Game 7 of a finals at the latest would be like, I don't know, about mid-ish June, and then everybody resumes the season late October.
Yeah, that ain't gonna be enough time.
So that's 4 months versus.
No, I mean, it would be.
It would be. It'd be the same standard of time actually, if they resume by Labor Day, like they say. If you resume by Labor Day,
yeah,
it'd be the same equivalent of time.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, they also could like cut out the preseason next year and just jump right into the regular season.
Well, no, it'll be enough time if they do the Christmas to August, I would say.
Yeah, or shorten the season. We've had lockout shortened seasons before. Just have a regular shortened season.
Yeah.
Or they could just move this shit permanently from December to August.
That's what I would. Yeah, because then you're looking at lost revenues again. At some point, you shorten the season, you just
losing money unnecessarily. Yeah.
Yeah, after a season where you just
could have more games. And do you understand like how much more money the NBA would make just from going from December to August? Like, I know for a fact, like, the Hornets are trash, but
they're the only game in town.
No, but also like if it's warm weather outside and you need something to do, like I would go to a Hornets game just because like, oh wow, they're playing in May, they're playing in June. You know, let me just go.
Yeah.
Right. And people be more I think people be more likely to go rather than going in the frigid temps in February. And then also potentially moving the All-Star game to a warmer month.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
It's in February. It's fucking brick everywhere.
I'm with you. That's why I hope
All-Star game to around May. That'd be dope. Nah, that's too late, but you know what I mean, April-ish or some shit like that.
Yeah, It's all again, if the best, it doesn't matter to me when they do it. If the best NBA players come and they compete, like that's what made the spectacle. Like nobody cared that, they did this in February. The fact was the best did it and they actually competed and we're like, wow. So I'm definitely with you. That's another reason that I'm hoping that the season does come back, just so the NBA has, for better or for worse, hopefully for better, they have at least some kind of data on the ratings. Again, they would have to gauge that these are unusual times. These are unusual times.
Yeah.
So you got to take these, whatever ratings they get, with a grain of salt. Either way, well, they should be positive actually.
They'll have the positive TV ratings, but they'll probably have lows in attendance.
Well, that's a given. I'm thinking TV ratings.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because in my mind, they'll get back the fans eventually.
True.
Yeah, so TV ratings wise, God willing, they come back. I do hope they get some positive ratings and they could get some more push behind. Because I know it's the Atlanta owner and Mark Cuban's been doing the round saying like he's also, supportive of that idea. I don't know how the rest of the league feels. So hopefully.
Yeah. The TV ratings they should be through the roof because there's a high demand for like just sports in general, but then also the NBA, already has a high demand. So now people have the pent up demand of potentially not watching an NBA game in 3 months. It could definitely be something special. The numbers are going to be through the roof, especially if, bars and restaurants are open again around that time, which Lord willing they are.
Essential.
Those are essential businesses. Those are the true essential businesses. All this other shit they talking about is nonsense. Damn, I'm getting sunburned through the window. This is crazy. But yeah, those are the real essential businesses. Stop playing games.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, but
I'm not that concerned about baseball, but who knows? Maybe they prove me wrong. Maybe they're out there like that.
I'm not even gonna lie. If baseball comes back before basketball, which is looking like it is,
you said it on record already.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not. Listen, Tom. Let me backtrack. I think on the last ep, I made it seem as if like I'm gonna be watching it nonstop. What I would like to say is I'm gonna give the first game a shot. I haven't watched a baseball game in God knows how long. I will go on record and say at least, was it 2020? At least a good 7, 8 years since I've like sat down and watched a baseball game. Like I've been in bars where they're playing, but I'm not watching it. Like it's been a good 7 to 8, maybe even longer years since I've actually sat down and said, "Yeah, I'm gonna watch this game." But yeah, when baseball comes back before basketball, which is looking like it might, because they already have plans. Like they said they go all playing in Phoenix and all stuff, so like, they already have like some kind of concept and idea of what they're gonna do. Players are like completely against that though, because they want to essentially like have the players, all the teams and the players, housed in Phoenix, Arizona, and just everyone play their games in one stadium.
How do you even do that from a scheduling?
I have no idea, but it's like essentially like just to get the season started, like people will be away from their friends and their families for like 3 months.
That part I'm not.
I mean,
they're
multi-millionaires, but
yeah, I get.
But I'm just saying in the sense of like everyone's saying like how they start it was April, July, June. They say they start June or July. It's hot as fuck in Arizona and Phoenix.
That's a fact. That's more legitimate. Yeah,
that's like 105 degrees.
I don't even know the baseball team that plays in how's their stadium?
The Diamondbacks.
It
I have
closes?
no idea.
I would have to imagine. They can't.
I have no idea.
My bad,
I know the team name though, the Diamondbacks, but
my bad, B.
I have no idea about their facilities.
My bad, B.
It doesn't close.
My bad, B.
I have no idea. I mean, I would assume it's a domed ballpark with some AC. That's the only way it would make sense, because you'd have players out there collapsing. It's fucking hot as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, on a regular, you're talking about 100 degrees. So
yeah.
Yeah, I felt that Vegas heat in July, so I can't even imagine. We're talking about 110, 112 outside.
Those
things that are foreign to this New Yorker, so I can't even imagine.
Those spots, 112, that's just unnecessary.
Yeah. That stadium would have to. I could check, but I am gonna check.
I think it's closed. Yeah, check it. It's the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Because then the MLB would have to shut down if they suggested that, knowing that the.
But imagine it's 112 degrees outside, and then like the HVAC system inside there breaks or some shit. It's too hot. Like
Diamondbacks Arena, it would have to.
I think it's called a ballpark.
Bank One Ballpark, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is it domed?
Oh no, it's Chase Field, formerly known as the. Hold on. I'm not really seeing that. Yeah, as a roof.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it would have to. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's open or closed depending on the game time temperature.
Yeah, all right, that makes sense. It's too damn hot.
Okay. Imagine it did it. They should fire the commissioner at the MLB.
First of all, if it didn't, they would lose a whole team. Like
teams.
They would just have constantly like teams like, nah, I'm not going to play there. It just wouldn't work. But hopefully that comes back. I'll watch it for a little. I just need something to watch, man. I'm like watching way too much CNN, MSNBC.
Nah, I'm done with that.
Occasionally hop on the Fox News, see what they talking about. I won't be too biased. I like to see what everyone's talking about.
I know, I don't fall too.
Yeah, but I'm off it. I'm off it now. But let me tell you who's not off it though.
Who?
Your boy Rudy. Your boy Mitch, Spider Mitchell. That's your boy. Next D Wade.
Nah, I think that's your boy.
That's your boy.
I think in this particular topic, you might lean more to Spider than I do.
I do. I side with Spider on this topic. I'm not even gonna lie. So,
Either way.
So let's start from the beginning, I guess. So we know Rudy Gobert, Utah Jazz, was the first NBA player diagnosed with the coronavirus. Supposedly, so then his teammate Donovan Mitchell as well. Yeah, exactly. Patient zero. So his teammate Donovan Mitchell, NBA All-Star, was also diagnosed. Is it diagnosed or infected?
Infected.
Was also
both.
infected.
Yeah, both.
And it's both. You use both. They're interchangeable, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was also infected with the coronavirus. But then reports came out, this is like March, that Rudy Gobert essentially was being careless around the locker room, was touching other players' faces, touching their toiletries, and just like essentially being like very blasé and whatever in regards to the fear of the coronavirus. And then boom, he got coronavirus, and then boom, Donovan Mitchell got coronavirus. So now reports are saying that Donovan Mitchell doesn't think that relationship is salvageable, and essentially doesn't want to make any attempts to reconcile that relationship. Now, my boy Kev over here seems to think that Spider Mitchell's overreacting. While I don't think so. If you force me to have to be in a room for 14 days by myself because you were being careless, I'm not gonna say I would never get over that, but you gotta give me at least 2 months. So right now it's still hot. You know, he just got out of quarantine. He got out of self-quarantine. Now he's in regular quarantine. He just got out of it. So, you know, he's still a little hot. So I still side with Spider on this. Now, if it's mid-May, June, the season might pick back up and he's still talking this nonsense, I don't side with him no more.
Yeah, my stance has kind of softened since we initially were texting about it. Because you're right. I can't tell. Like, potentially, the worst case of this is Donovan Mitchell could have died. He could have died. And when I thought, like, I saw the alert and I text you and we joke around, whatnot. But he could have died. He had the best case in that he just went through and he didn't suffer any symptoms. I give you that. So I had to, like, back up. We don't know who gave it to who, though. I get that Rudy's the poster child for this. We don't know who gave it to who. I was reading more reports, and they spent a lot of time in those previous weeks together, like around each other. Like, we don't know. I know the assumption is Rudy, but we'll never know who gave it to who.
That's also true. That's a different way to look at it.
So, I don't know Donovan's intentions either. I like how the way it's reported is really, do you just want Rudy gone, or do you want to leave?
Now, that's like, where I jump off the Spider train. Like, if he's requesting like Rudy Gobert be traded, but then again, I really wouldn't care. Like, what the hell they gonna win together anyway?
Bro.
So like,
hold on. Before, just to piggyback that, I thought like stay or leave. Y'all get a couple more All-Stars together? Like, if your overall goal is a ring, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. So I mean, unless they trade in Rudy for God knows who, I don't know who could even save them.
He's the best defensive big in the league.
Yeah,
it's like he's won it twice now.
It'd have to be like Rudy for like Giannis.
Yeah, it'd have to be.
That to like, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'd be like Rudy for Giannis, and like Rudy is obviously multiple pieces, some first round picks, a bunch of stuff. For Giannis, in order for that to like change their fortunes, but leave or stay, they're gonna be like second round knockout best.
Yes, to your point, they need each other. Yeah. Donovan, like, I get the D-Wade comparisons. He's not there yet. He's not as good as a young D-Wade was at that. Stop. Like, I know he just became an all-star. That's great improvement. Like, I was like, okay, the hype is finally starting to somewhat match the talent, I guess, because it was a lot of hype before the all-star.
I saw him this summer.
We all did. Rudy saw him too. Rudy saw him too when they beat the ass. No, that's crazy.
I forgot that.
That's nuts. Rudy saw him too.
What did we finish? 7th?
Yeah.
FIBA?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Embarrassing the country.
Rudy's 27. Prime years. Coming off his first All-Star. 2-time, back-to-back now, Defensive Player of the Year. All second team and then all first. All second team in 17, all first in 19. 3-time all defensive team the last 3 years. NBA blocks leader in 17. French player, I don't care about that. They wilding with that one.
Tell me.
French Player of the Year. What league that registered?
So between him and Nicholas Batum, I'm good.
I hope they have a voting on that. But like,
he sounds good.
Even now, like if you can't like scream at me, you can't say definitively Donovan Mitchell's the best, but he's the best offensive player. If you tell me, like it's a combo, I'll probably lean, but it's a combo who's the best player on that team. And then I'm reading how Rudy's come on. All right, go ahead.
I mean, Rudy is more accomplished than Donovan Mitchell, but I don't think it's a conversation as to who's better.
Okay.
Because if you take Rudy Gobert off that team, I think the Jazz can still make the playoffs. If you take Donovan Mitchell off that team, there is no way in hell the Jazz make the playoffs. Just because Rudy Gobert is just so offensive deficient.
Well, he was mad about his touches, I was reading.
You can't block every shot.
You ain't giving the boy more touches.
Nobody want to see him post up on the block. That shit is ugly. No one wants to see that, especially not in this day and age with today's game. So, I mean, it's not a conversation for me. That's Donovan Mitchell's team, for better or for worse.
No, it's definitely his team. That's a different combo. It's definitely his team. Like he got the final say so. So I guess to your point, they'll value him more without question. Rudy putting up 16s and 12, 16 and 13.
He's still 16 points and 13 rebounds?
Yeah, he kind of good.
Damn, I didn't realize he was doing that.
I mean, he all right.
He has the look of like a 10 and 10 guy. But somehow gets 16 and 13. That's interesting.
That's his makeup?
Yeah, he has like, if you just look at him, you think like, oh yeah, he getting 10, 10, and 3 blocks.
I'm with you.
That's how he looks. Whenever I watch a game, I never like see him beasting. I'm like, oh yeah, he got 12 points. Cool.
But that was the end of last season. That was the last full season. So I don't know what he was doing this season.
They don't have the numbers up no more for this season?
They do. The site I was using didn't have them. I'll check while we're talking though.
Yeah. But yeah, he just gives me that. He's putting up numbers, but my eye test, like he had to cry to be an all-star, beloved.
One, we're going to forever laugh about that because that's just funny. But I would say he deserved it. I'm a forever laugh. He deserved it, though. He did.
Okay.
He went about it the wrong way, but I think those tears were warranted.
As long as you got what you wanted in the end, then that's all that matters.
Look, that's just one man's opinion. Oh yeah, this season he's doing 15 and almost 14. 15 points, almost 14 rebounds. How many
What's
blocks?
the blocks looking like defensive?
2 blocks. Almost
2?
1 steal, yeah.
What's his PER?
I'm not using it. I'm using Basketball Reference, not Help me out, yes. Goddamn.
I got you, don't worry. I got you. I know how you give it up. Using Basketball Reference. Trifling. Let's see.
I bet he got a higher PR than
who?
He got a 21.74 PR.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Let me see Donovan.
That's not bad. It probably is higher than him. Damn.
That's the defense.
He the best player? Oh, shit.
Yes, he is.
Nah. Oh.
50th in the league.
I mean, well, I never really liked Donovan Mitchell anyway to begin with. So. I'm not. And this isn't like, honestly, between them two, I will argue for Donovan Mitchell. But I've never really been a Donovan Mitchell fan.
Yeah.
It's not, I just don't see it. I feel like the hype train was way too premature.
That's what did it for me. I would have liked him until you start putting D Wade's name. It's like, started disrespecting D Wade's name. He ain't just an analyst on TNT. Like, stop.
Disrespectful.
It's disrespect.
Niggas misjudge one dunk contest and they start dragging their name through the mud.
You see how it happens that quick.
Now you just Zaza's dad. That's how they do you. A Zaya? What was his name? Zaya? Damn.
Zaire, something like that.
Zaire. One of that. Yeah. Whatever.
Oh my God. That's too funny.
That's Gabrielle Union's husband.
Yeah, he used to play.
I think he was in the league. Disrespect.
LeBron's teammate.
Jesus.
How do you think this plays out, though?
Between them two, they get over it. Ain't got no choice. Ain't got no choice. If I was a GM of the team, honestly, right now, while like there's all this downtime and there's nothing to do, I'll be talking to Rudy. Like, you know, be as sympathetic as possible. Be as apologetic as possible when you're talking to him. And I would tell Rudy, yo, get that shit to May 1. If he's still acting like that, let me know. And then that's when I get on the phone with him and be like, look, get over it. Like, get over it. Like, I'm like, get over it. Like, this is the team that we have moving forward. I'm not going to trade either one of you guys. It'd be ideal if you guys can get over this. The season's going to start, da-da-da-da. We want to still continue our playoff push, da-da-da-da. And I don't want this going into the season with us. That's how I would approach it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's only so many times you can apologize to someone. Like,
he's not really, Donovan's not really talking to Rudy, but then I'm reading Rudy's not really talking to the organization. So then.
Interesting.
So.
I wonder why Rudy's taking that approach.
So I don't know.
I guess he made one All-Star game and think he got a market.
When you offensively challenged, you need to always look at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
Well, when you haven't shown your offensive chops. I don't know if he's offensively chops.
Beloved, he's 27, and we ain't seen nothing yet. If you ain't showed it yet, you ain't gonna ever show it. Like, he's offensively challenged. Nothing's gonna change about his game.
Yeah, I guess.
You just got finished telling me these are his prime years. Who develops a new tool in their prime years?
That's true.
This is it. These are your skills.
No, you're right.
Maximize what you got.
That's too funny.
We'll remain optimistic and hope for the best.
Yeah, either way, in the grand scheme, it don't matter.
Yeah.
If Bron look down that court, he see Rudy, he see Donovan, he see Joe Ingles, Mike Conley.
Especially if you see Michael Conley. That's Michael Conley. That ain't Mike Conley. That's Michael Conley.
No, I said him in the order of best players.
He Mike Conley Jr., right?
Yeah.
He out there looking like Mike Conley Sr. Yeah. No, I didn't forget those last couple of days. Not even the whole season that we saw him.
No, I was about to
correct
that's
your boy.
Yeah.
And that's your boy.
No, he was.
Fantasy All-Star.
He was.
Kev.
I ain't never spoke to him since he left.
In a row.
I ain't never spoke for him since he left Memphis. I never.
Bro.
He's not spoken for.
Bro, when the season first started, do you remember when they first traded for Mike Conley?
I remember all the hype. We would always laugh about it. Western Conference, finals?
Finals.
I'm like, a playoff, cool, but.
Oh, my God.
What do y'all not see LeBron James? Y'all not see Kawhi and Paul George?
Kawhi Leonard, come on now.
Y'all not see James Harden and Russell Westbrook playing together? The Nuggets are Western. You know how disrespectful that is?
Disrespectful. And then
this ain't in hindsight. This ain't in hindsight.
No. We said that as soon as they got put together. I was like, oh, that's cool. They'll probably win two more games. Meaning 2 more regular season games, not 2 more playoff games. Oh my God. And then when the season started, I was like, all right. And then Mike Conley just completely fell apart. I don't know what the hell was going on with him this season.
Off a bridge.
He just could not literally stepped off. Was Mike Max off a cliff? Mm-hmm. Yeah, completely off a cliff. Like, yo, what the hell is going on with you? Missing layups, can't hit a jumper to save his life.
They say it's hard for him to adjust without the ball since it's in Donovan's hands. That's what they say. I say you're a professional. You should account for these things.
Figure it out.
Nah, his stats were terrible at one point. Like, even though you're not getting the ball, like, you're a professional. His stats were pretty.
He's finishing games with 2 points, 4 points.
Oh, it was gruesome. You would have thought he had an injury. Yeah.
Like, it's scary. This is not. I mean, Mike Conley was never like. Well, he never made an All-Star in the West, but if he was in the East, he definitely would have made an All-Star game.
There were many years going that, yeah, if he was in the East, he would have made an All-Star. Those days have obviously passed.
Nah, that's long gone, beloved. Mm-mm.
Damn, they got sold a bag of goods. What? It happens to the best of us. 14-3-4. 13.78 PER. He's not even listed. He's not even ranked PER wise.
Oh my God! And he's making over 30 mil.
40 from the field, 37 from 3, 79 from the free throw line.
Remember at one point he was the highest paid player in NBA history?
That summer.
That's your guy.
What a summer. Yeah, that was 4 years ago, though. A lot has changed.
Whoa, that was 4 years ago?
That's the summer of 2016. That's when Durant
Yo, Tom
is
lying.
Look at me. A lot has changed. A lot. Yeah.
I'm not gonna start doing for me. Tom is fucking flying.
I know. I'm with you.
That's why I don't drink on the podcast.
Yeah.
Fuck your whole life. Whatever. Anyway.
I see where you're at, but yep. I hear you. Mm-hmm.
That was 4 years ago? Bro, I just graduated school. Wow. I was so poor then.
Well, I had a joke, but I'm going to just move. Yeah, all right.
I was living in Parkchester. Remember that?
I do.
With our other poor friend? Crazy.
Wow. God damn.
Oh, my God. Nah, God bless everybody. I'm joking. Anyway. Tom is flying.
Yeah. Yeah,
you know who else getting poor, though?
Who?
Your boy Vince.
What Vince?
Vince McMahon.
Oh.
Said he just throwing money out the window.
Yeah.
I hate to see it.
It's been tough. It's tough.
So we were just talking last episode about, how creative and like how, I guess, innovative WrestleMania was. Mm-hmm. Just given the fact that they had to, it was already like taped in advance and no crowd on that stuff. And I think they still did a great job. We both agree they did a phenomenal job with their resources that were available to them. And now they laid off all staff from the XFL. They have no intentions of starting the 2021 season.
It's done.
And it's like, so it's over again. Like, it's the same shit. I did one season again, like I did in 2001, and it's over. But the crazy thing is, like, this time around, they actually had a little bit of hype behind them. Little hype machine. They want ESPN, Fox, ABC, there's one more. I think CBS was carrying them too. So they had, like, major network television partnerships. Yeah. So I'm like, why would you just choose to just not come back at all? Not even make an attempt to come back next season?
Yeah, I don't. When you sent me that news, I was surprised too. Because even now, to add to your points, their execution was completely different from the first time around.
Yeah.
And they had Jim Ross and Jerry. They had their wrestling commentators in the booth last time around. It was more gimmicky. It didn't really resemble real football. It was a lot more gimmicks and stuff in the original incarnation. But this time around, like, they had actual players. Like, they did some, I guess, also gimmicky, but more on the way of it could be innovative, that you could actually changes you might actually want to see on the professional level on the NFL.
Yeah.
They had real commentators, like real players, referees, and it was just a good start that got impacted.
Yeah.
But to your point, no, go ahead.
No, they also seem to just add to that, they seem to have like a partnership with the NFL as well.
Yeah.
So they could kind of be like a
pipeline.
A pipeline for players like the elite players from the XFL to get back into the NFL or to get their first chance in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite interesting. Now it's just good.
Yeah, Vince. Yikes, but can't break the rule on this podcast. Can't cry for billionaires, no matter how much no matter how big a fan I am. Can't cry for billionaires. He'll be okay.
Be hurt for you, beloved.
He'll be okay.
I just got a free TV and I'm excited. Exactly. I can't hurt for you. I can't hurt for you. Oh my God. So did you see the news though? I just saw it maybe on the ESPN ticker right before we started recording. They're gonna go back to doing live recordings for WWE this week. I mean, sorry, live showings.
I did see that, but that's surprising and just. I guess it's not because it's just. I guess what. Let me think. Well, what I read is that they're gonna tape, like this recent SmackDown and this recent Raw. Were live, but then they're gonna also tape them in bulk up until their next pay-per-view in May. That Baltimore just canceled. They had I think Money in the Bank. Baltimore just officially canceled like a day or two ago. They're like, that's not gonna happen. Yeah. So I'm guessing they tape in. I read they're gonna live shows for these first two as I mentioned, and then tape in bulk up until Money in the Bank, and I would assume similar to WrestleMania, just do it in their performance center. I'm guessing.
Why are they doing live shows and then taping in bulk after? I don't understand.
Well, that I don't know either. I don't know why that just. Oh no. Well, no, I don't know. I guess you resume. I guess what they are doing. I don't know, but I guess what they are doing is the initial one you see is live, and then I don't know. If you're gonna tape in bulk, just tape in bulk, and
Why do one live and then? Well, I think so. I think what they're probably going to do is they probably want to see. It's probably a tester. They want to get a feeler for the market. So like this upcoming Monday and Friday, they want to get it out to the market that everything's going to be live. To see if more people watch it when it's live versus it being taped. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think about.
Yeah, I'm even more or less. I haven't watched. Like I'll check results and stuff. I'm a big casual fan. Yeah. Big but without I'm not. I can't. I'll watch YouTube clips and stuff, but I'm not tuning in. It's just
I'm a baby casual fan.
Yeah.
So I like pick it up. You see, like I'm on your WWE account. Don't sue us, man. But I'm like still stuck. I'm like that old head. Can't let it go. I'm stuck in the Attitude Era. Yo, you texted me like, yo, I see how you give it up.
Yeah, you run amok in the 99 and the 2000s.
Bro, I went through a forum like on Reddit, and I was like, I bet. Someone please tell me the order of the pay-per-views in 99 and 2000. And I just started watching them in that order. Obviously January's Royal Rumble, March is WrestleMania, but they changed the names of some of them. So I was like, all right, cool. Like, just show me the order of how they went. And I just started watching them, right? Literally, Royal Rumble from 1999. I was like, all right.
Crazy. If you wanted recent fire matches, you should have asked your boy.
The crazy thing is that I'm blowing your phone up as if like this shit recent. Yo, the Attitude Era was insane. 18 messages later. Too cool. Like, yo, it was crazy. But I was so into it though at the time.
That is too funny.
My God. But speaking of wrestling, so I've been watching The Dark Side of the Ring. It's like this thing on but it's like
Vice,
on Vice, yeah. So I don't know how I like fell into it. I think I randomly on YouTube suggested that I watch the Chris Benoit one, which is phenomenal, the part 1 and part 2 of that. And then I started watching just all the other ones. So a lot of these other wrestlers, I have no idea who they are. But what I found very interesting was that, so like watching the Attitude Era and how I was like, just so excited about it from like, remind me of my childhood, like the hardcore matches and all that stuff, right? so many of those wrestlers are dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like dead.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
I saw, I don't know what the hell I was watching, but Crash Holly was the hardcore champion for a little bit. And, like, he's dead. I'm like, oh, interesting. Like, it's like, you know, Brian Williams, who was Grandmaster Sexay from Too Cool, dead. I was like, oh, shit called me like completely Big Boss Man's dead. I'm like, yo.
Yeah, there's a lot of lot of
and I think like, so like, I really like was like a huge Rock fan growing up. So like when he started like phasing himself out, and then Stone Cold kind of like the injury started hitting him. So that's around like
that was 03. That was 03.
Yeah, 03, yeah.
Yep.
When they both started like phasing themselves out. Well, Austin more so for injuries, Rock's more so because he was going to Hollywood.
Yeah,
I just like kind
of
like
phased out. Austin effectively retired back.
Yeah.
But to your
so
point,
like,
go ahead. Sorry.
So I just kind of like, you know, like my attention span was just like way low for wrestling around that point.
Yeah.
Like I try to like get back into it, but like I really don't have no idea who half these people are that I'm watching. So like just looking back on the time, like so like I wasn't following wrestling news, so like I had no idea that Big Boss Man was dead.
Yeah.
I had no idea that like Grandma Sexay was dead. I had no idea that Crash Holly was dead. I'm like, just like so you know, I'm like looking up people just like, oh, I wonder what this person looks like now. I wonder what this person's doing now, like that kind of stuff.
What was the most shocking one?
Off the top of my head?
Yeah. If there was.
I don't know off the top of my head, but I think all of them just equally were shocking. Because, you know, like, you just Google someone's name, and then it's like, oh, Big Boss Man was? Like, you know, Wikipedia little Google excerpt. I'm like, was? Like, when the hell did he die?
Yeah.
And then, like, random people like Dean Malenko has Parkinson's.
That was news to me. I didn't know.
Yeah. Well, I'm watching the Benoit documentary, whatever, on Vice, and, like, he's shaking. And I'm like, oh, you know, I'm thinking it's just, like, some after effects from wrestling. Then I, like, got on Wiki. He announced it in August 2019. He had Parkinson's.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So all that shit we thought was super cool back in the days, niggas constantly getting hit in the head with bacon pans and ladders. Shit is real. Especially ECW.
Nah, it's
with the barbed wire matches. And that shit was phenomenal to watch, but you see these dudes nowadays, they look crazy.
Yeah, I've seen old clips. Like, I revisited, like, when WrestleMania was going up, WWE had, like, a bunch of, like, if not new content, then, like, compilation content, like, such and such is best WrestleMania matches, blah, blah, blah. And I was watching, like, Rock Austin from WrestleMania 17, and they hit each other in the head with my overall point is when I see somebody get hit in the head with chairs, my reaction back then versus now, given everything you know and how hard they're being hit, you can't help but think like how just detrimental to their health this is. Yes. Like it's something you cannot not think about. Like no human being should be getting hit in the head that hard. And like even when, to your point, when Jericho was talking about it in the Benoit one, how you just like clench your teeth and it was like a badge of honor.
Take it.
And take it. To think how bad that is for your health. It's just something you can't get around. Like,
oh my God.
I don't blame any person, but it's just go ahead. Yeah.
And in that scene where Jericho mentioned that, he's laying on a concrete floor.
Oh yeah.
His head against the concrete floor. God, yeah. And Benoit has the goddamn the chair and smacks it off the fucking ground with his head, just like between his head and the concrete. Like,
I forgot.
Oh my!
And they just go out and drink that night. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
But back in the days, as you said, like now that we know more information is available. Back in the days, I was like, "Yo, what the hell?" You know, be super amped and it was like super entertaining. But now I'm like, yo, like when I go back and watch it, like
it makes me cringe.
Yeah, I'm watching the Attitude Era, I'm going ham and I'm literally watching these dudes just smack each other in the head with stop signs and barbed wires and sledgehammers and stupid shit. And I'm like, whose idea was this? Like, who thought this was a good idea?
Yeah, I don't blame anyone, but it's just I can't just help but damn. Adults thought this was. It's one thing through the prism of a kid.
Yeah.
Because this I don't remember when they went PG. I think they went PG about a decade and a half ago. Once the PG stuff came in, like they stopped with all. That's why you rarely see blood. You don't see headshots and stuff, if ever.
Yeah.
Like you'll get fined for both, I believe. I think that's a decade. So we were saying like, I think 06, 07-ish.
Yeah.
But prior to that, that's why that was so rampant back then.
That's funny. That's funny you said that because watching this recent WrestleMania, right? I'm gonna get the names wrong. Shit. What's the dude that came from NXT and he's huge now? Chubby guy.
Kevin Owens
versus Seth
Rollins. Yeah.
And he hit him in the head with the ring bell.
That was
Kevin Owens hit, and that was surprising to me. I was like, oh, because even now, if you watch recently, like the most of the chair shots is like directly to the back, like but never direct to the head.
Hit you in your gut, then hit you in your back.
Yeah. So it was surprising that like he hit him directly in his head with the ring bell.
And granted, people are listening. He put his hand up to protect, so he didn't really to that extent. But the fact that you would even depict it, to your point, because
that could go wrong. They could easily miss that. It's a timing. It's like a ballet. If he mistimes that, he actually hits him in his head. It was just very interesting, like that. You know, like that was kind of where the match was cued to go.
Yeah.
In this given time, and then even like Kevin Owens like jumping from where the hell he jumped from, and
no, they haven't stopped that.
They haven't stopped that? Okay.
No.
I was like, whoa.
No. I can give you some Shane McMahon clips. No,
they haven't I know how Shane O'Mac give it up.
No, I mean like in past
recent
like, this past decade, yeah. This is WrestleMania 36. Yeah, like 4 years ago. I could recommend you. He jumped off the top of a cell. I think twice actually. Holy shit, he did it twice, yeah. The top
Why are you doing this? He rich as fuck. Why are you doing this?
Dad's approval, but go ahead. We all want love.
Last time I saw Shane McMahon, which is again going to my point, how fast time is just flying, head full of gray.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yo, when did this happen?
Life.
I know, but it's just saying like you just don't realize that like as we're getting older, everyone else is getting older, and time
that's a fact. Flying. Time is flying. Never forget that, my friend.
I'm like, I won't.
Neither. I won't.
But no, deadass. Somebody look at her. I'm like, yo, I'm looking at Shane McMahon. I'm like, yo, you look wild old. Like not even like a single gray, like mid-40s, like a head full of white. I'm like, yo, when did this happen?
Yeah, man.
You hate to see it.
You hate to. That's gonna be us.
Through that prism.
You look up, you blink, you look up.
That's why I don't want to blink.
I ain't blinking.
I want to see every single moment.
I agree. Just gotta live, man.
Gotta live. I want to see. No, but that's I want to see every single moment. Like I don't want to. So you know what's crazy? I was watching. So I've been watching those Dark Side of the Ring documentaries, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like they'll show how those wrestlers looked early 2000s, whatever, like that. And then they show them current. Like, God damn, you look terrible. You know.
Yeah.
But then even like the fittest person in the world, say for example, like a Shannon Sharp, right?
Mm-hmm.
This man's 51, 52-ish, I think. He's fucking fit for a 52-year-old.
But just old.
But if you look at a picture of him when he was 28, you can clearly tell that he's 52 versus him being 28.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No matter how fit you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, look, like, granted, when I get to 52, I'm much rather be a Shannon Sharp than anything else. Don't get me twisted. But it's just that like that shit just goes. Like you look up one day, like we 30, like next day we 40, and then it's just over. Well, not mine. It's never over. But for some folks, it's over.
Yeah. I hear you.
This shit is just wild, man. Like how time just flies. And that's why Let me think. You just can't let that shit fly, man. You gotta keep your eyes open for it all.
Noted. Cheers to that.
Especially through this shit, man. Like, whew.
This has been an eye opener.
This year in general has been an eye opener, bro.
Yes, when you
it's
couple
like
this,
mortality, Kobe death,
Pop Smoke, yeah,
It's just like, what the hell, man? It's like life is so goddamn short, man.
And it's weird because, pandemic aside, because this is unprecedented, and in terms of people die every day. But
yes.
when you see the lives of people that are just impactful get taken away, just unprecedented, it's just out of nowhere. It just hits different for a way.
Yeah.
Whatever reason.
Yep.
And you couple that again with the pandemic, and you're seeing hundreds and thousands of people's lives are just gone. And then it's like, whoa, these are people that belong to families and loved ones and friends. It's a wake up call, to your point.
Yeah.
It's just a wake up.
What makes the pandemic scarier, I think it's because, like, granted, we know people die every day, but it's not a thought in our mind, right?
Yep.
Whereas
good point.
Now,
that is
every
a great
day,
point.
There's a documentation of how many people are dying. Like right now, as we're recording, CNN's playing in the background, and I'm constantly reminded that we're at 20,283 deaths. Like there's just a constant documentation, a daily update, hour by hour update as to how many people have died. Like, and we talked about this maybe 2 weeks ago or last episode, I can't remember, but about how many people, I think about 1,200 people die a day in the United States from just heart disease, right? And like, you normally wouldn't even think about that or know that. But like, that's around the figures of the coronavirus, whatever. But like, you just don't think about it because no one's like daily documenting that and throwing that in your face. Like, oh, there's so much death, so much death, so much death, so much death. And now it's just like death is just all around us. It's like nonstop. It's crazy.
That's so true. That's the power of the media. I didn't even think about it that way. That is so true. You're getting a daily running, almost continuously updated tally of the people that have died. Wow. It's different from like you hit up the news and you get your local crimes or whatever's happened in the nation of, prominence that day. Holy shit. Yeah, that is a great, wow, man.
But think about what we're looking forward to. We're looking forward to, like, I guess the economy being free again, opening back up. And we're using the basis of how many people are dying to determine when we can go back outside. So it's like, no matter how we look at it, we have to still look at death to determine when we can live again. And nigga, Rel preacher.
That's a
preacher.
Bar, man. That's a bar.
Preacher.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bar. Damn, that's a bar.
Yo, I gotta look at death to see when we can live again. Somebody gonna steal that shit. Give me my props though. All I want is my recognition.
Holy shit, that's a bar.
That is a bar, but I ain't a rapper, so I have no way to use that. But I'll give it to the rest of y'all. But make sure you give me my credit. My nigga Rel said that cooling out.
Damn.
Oh man, but no, seriously, we have to like constantly look at death daily just to determine when it's safe for us to go back outside. It's crazy.
Shit.
Woo!
Wow.
Did we hit it all?
I get that. Yeah, I think so.
I think we gave it to him.
Yeah, we definitely did. We always look at these stuff and be like, damn, how are we going to even give them 20 minutes?
It's hard. Nah, I'm not going to lie. We got to tell people the truth. Like, it's hard. Like, seriously, given that, our podcast is pretty much structured around sports, pop culture. Music scene's been pretty dead. Sports is obviously irrelevant right now. Outside of maybe like 2 weeks ago when NFL free agency opened up, but like there's nothing going on. So when we have our go ahead.
We actually got some relevant. Did you read or listen to the Tom Brady interview on Howard Stern?
That man, okay, Tom. Ooh,
yeah.
Let's go again. So, Tom is free.
Oh, yes. You lead the way. I'll just piggyback.
He is free.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so he essentially said everything that everyone was thinking, right? First of all, he verified that after the beginning of the 2018-2019 season.
2019.
That he already 2019 season.
2019. Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, 2019 season that he already knew that his time was up in New England. That he doesn't give a damn about legacy, and that he wants to live for himself. What else am I missing?
Let me see. How he sees race on a football team. He doesn't really see that since they're all football players. His friendship with Trump. How him and Giselle met. Moving into Tampa Bay. I guess for the sports wise though, the important stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I just will say, Howard Stern he's great. He's great, man. Like, he really made me listen to like a 2-hour Tom Brady interview, and you just learned so much that you didn't know. And I think especially in these times where you have like a lot of sports media talking about the individual, to actually hear the individual. Because like I just stop with, I don't want to hear like you dig up your past debate topics or again try to surmise when X and such is going to happen. So if the source talks, now we have like actual news. Now we have real. So I listen, and again, everyone's contained in their houses. I listened to the 2-hour. It was so good, to your point, and yeah, it just validates like what common sense for me and you. Because we've been saying like, one, if you want such player, you would just sign him. You wouldn't allow him. Like
to enter free agency at all.
Yeah, Golden State's not allowing Steph Curry to become a free agent. Lakers aren't doing that for LeBron. Clippers for Kawhi Leonard. You get my point. That's one. You put your house on the market. That's two. But again, through the year, and that's the power of the media. The other way, or just in general, the other way. Like aside from what we were talking about, really serious life events in the pandemic, but now we're talking about just sports. Your power of like perception and what's happening. When you watch various clips saying, no, you can't really see Tom leave, that can kind of like skew your focus on it. So it's just good and reassuring to see like, no, these people are actual human beings. And to hear him talk about Belichick, how could I not mention that? That's really important. I think when you watch sports debates and everybody's like, it's Brady or it's Belichick, I always thought people forget that these are human beings that spent endless hours together. And like, we've been around people, if you know human contact and you just human emotion, just being around people, moments just happen in time, like, and they can happen quickly. And God knows the endless conversations they could have had that he kind of alluded to about, I'm not going to say endless, but just praising each other for like what they've done. And who knows what happens behind closed doors. So that was good to hear too. Like, it was just a really good interview.
Yeah. Second, your last point. Like, so like for example, a show, Skip and Shannon, First Take, we consume that kind of media daily, Monday through Friday, right? So even if there is an initial skepticism as to what they're speculating about the Tom Brady, Bill Belichick relationship, if you hear it, 5 days in a row, you kind of just believe it to be truth. You just take it in.
Well said.
And you're like, oh yeah, all right, cool. This is how they feel about each other. Oh yeah, they care about legacy. This one is leaving this one because they want to see who can win first and this, that, and the third. But hearing it from Tom Brady himself, it's like, all right, cool. It does make you step back. Like, all right, well, yeah, maybe they are having conversations behind closed doors that we're not privy to, that we don't have any information about. Because even me and you have conversations that are off wax, that have nothing to do with this podcast, have nothing to do with anyone else that anyone else be privy to. It's just between us two, So I can only imagine two people of that magnitude.
Yeah.
And constantly having people I guess, yearning for information about their discussions.
Speculate about their relationship.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's a good point. I definitely agree with that point. Like, yeah, that there's no way to tell what kind of conversations they have. I'm sure even let's say the worst case scenario, they don't even like each other. They respect each other. They both recognize the greatness in each other. Oh, yeah. Of course. They each recognize the greatness in each other.
And he said it. Tom said that. Yeah, like Brady, Belichick can't do my job as good as I can, but I can't do his job either. And he said, like, we've had conversations in which we've expressed that to each other. So
yeah,
that was a really good interview.
But that's the good thing about Howard Stern.
Yeah. He don't give a fuck.
He don't give a flying fuck.
He don't give
I remember growing up and like watching Howard Stern interviews when he used to have the shit on TV.
Yeah.
The wild shit after dark. I won't get into that. But I won't get into that. But I remember like back then, even like in my young, preteen and teenage years, thinking like, yo, this dude is wild as fuck. He don't give a fuck. But I think in the way that he set that interview up with Tom, he also like allows people to open up with him. It's kind of like our full circle now, like our earlier days in the podcast where 2016, 2017, where I think like we would drink, on the podcast every episode because it was easier for everyone around. It wasn't just for us. So it's like an easier way for us to open up and feel comfortable doing the podcast, but then also for our guests to feel comfortable just being themselves as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like Howard Stern just has that naturally. Like there's no stimulant or alcohol or anything needed. It's just like, yo, the way he talks to you, like he doesn't give a fuck. So when you're in his presence, it makes you feel like you shouldn't give a fuck either. And you should be very truthful and candid and honest about everything that you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I'm with you completely. Like when I was listening to that, I thought about like, what if Tom Brady did this interview like elsewhere? And
yeah, with
to your point, like just somebody that's good. Okay, to my point, somebody that might almost equal the interview skills of Howard, right? Maybe. I think what comes with Howard is, one, he's really good at what he does, but also he has stature and prominence. So, when you agree to like interview, like if somebody agrees to interview with Charlamagne, you're going to hear questions that I think in a lot of like these things behind the scenes, you'll have like your publicist say, don't ask me such and such and don't ask me. I can like say like with Howard and Charlamagne, like, and I'm sure with others, like these are just the two I consume. You can tell that doesn't matter. Like, don't tell them because they're going to just ask you.
There's going to be some off the cuff shit.
Yeah. And I think that comes with that. And that comes with that expectation. Like when you sign up to do this, that's what comes with it. Like you're going to really have to, either open up or deflect from some blatant questions. So
yeah,
it was really well done.
It was really good. I would definitely suggest, if you haven't listened to that yet, people, go listen to that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just good, again, to hear, like, actual news.
Yeah.
Not hypothetical. It's good to just hear from the source. And, yeah.
Damn. We gave these people a lot. We must really love y'all.
I think so.
Woo!
Damn, that's sparkling rosé.
That goddamn, that bullet bourbon. I just watched my eyes. I'm looking at myself as we were doing this, and I'm like, my eyes are getting lower and lower.
Oh, damn, man. We really gave them,
we gave him some time. Yeah. But yeah, so as I was saying, but like, so people, I think you guys should know this. So like, given that sports world is pretty much dead right now, pop culture, there's a little bit of things happening, but nothing enough to like, in our opinion, at least sustain a full episode without forcing topics. When we have our like pre-podcast meeting, we like, yo, what do you want to talk about? It's just like, like we spend like 30, 45 minutes brainstorming before we even start recording. I'm glad we were, this ended up, opening up. So, what's crazy thing about this though? Again, I'm talking to you, Kev. I think that like, this was an interesting episode, right? Because we kind of like got into like our personal likes. Like we don't really talk about wrestling too much on the podcast.
Yeah.
And we kind of spent like a good 10, 15 on it. Like out of nowhere, just like, yo, like, all right, cool, wrestling happened. Made me think about this. So
that's a fact.
I think people are getting a chance to kind of know us a little better.
Yeah.
That's what the lick do to Rel. Just talk. Got me just opening up about my love for the late 99, early 2000s wrestle with. Got Kev's WWE Network account looking crazy. Do you want to continue watching this? No Mercy 2000.
Holy shit.
Oh my God. Woo. But as always, people, thank you for the love, the support. If you guys really appreciate these bonus episodes, please hit us in the comments on YouTube, IGTV, all that good stuff, and let us know that you guys fuck with this, and we'll continue pushing these things out. Even once the coronavirus and all this shit passes, I think it's something that we want to continue doing. So, like, if you guys really appreciate the extra content, just let us know, like, and we'll just keep pushing these things out. Obviously, you see, we're working with the video, so we're going to have more of those for damn near every episode if we can. Trying to integrate that with the guests, so we'll try to figure out how we're going to make that work. We're going to make sure that we have as much video content as possible. As always, podcasts are available: Google Play, Stitcher, Apple Podcast, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, everywhere that podcasts are available. Wherever you listen to us now, we are there. I said videos on YouTube, IGTV, all that stuff. Full-length episodes on YouTube, and then IGTV. We have them clipped up into 10-minute increments, I believe. Remember say anything? Oh, no. Website. coolingoutpod.com. coolingoutpod.com, people. Once the shit's over, we are gonna, this COVID-19 shit, we're gonna get some more content uploaded on the website, do some photo shoots, stupid shit like that. Not stupid shit, but like, just shit that you people like, that I don't really like, but you like it. So we'll get that stuff uploaded, get some fresh content, some fresh paint on the website. Looking into getting that merch, because, we know you guys will need them cooling out dad hats and shit for the summer. So we're going to make sure we get all that stuff taken care of. Until next time, people, it's cooling out.
Stay cool.
You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. We cooling out. You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. We cooling out.